Okay, so the next section, we have parent selectors. And you see this ampersand right here? This ampersand right here represents the parent selector. So this ampersand right here, in this case, represents nav because our parent selector right here is nav. So if we add that ampersand, then if we save this and go over to our style.css, you'll notice nav on hover, color, whatever. And if we refresh the page, then we would see when we hover over this, it'll turn orange. Let me do something different just to solidify the whole concept. Let's, instead of nav, let's target the UL. What should I do? Whoops, get this right here. Let's turn this to pink, and then we're gonna say UL. Oh, no, let's do LI, even better. LI on hover. So refresh, it doesn't work. That's because I have the hashtag right there. Okay, refresh, boom, pink, pink, pink. When I hover each one of them, they turn pink. And that's because this ampersand is referring to the parent selector. The parent selector is LI, which compiles to LI on hover, color pink. So there's that. Let me comment this. Now this is part 2 of parent selectors, and this is where it gets a little bit more interesting. So remember when I said the ampersand represents the parent selector, the name of the parent selector? In this case, .nav is the parent selector, so it's going to look like this. Notice how I have dash top right there. And actually, let me show you the HTML for that. Let me comment this out, and then uncomment this. We have a div of the class nav top. And then we also have a div of the class nav bottom, right? So instead of saying nav top and nav bottom, we can use our ampersand, our parent selector. Well, yeah, we can use the ampersand to our advantage and just write down the ampersand rather than typing down the .nav, and it pretty much translates into nav top and nav bottom. So let's refresh this page right here and show that it actually works. Hopefully it works. This doesn't look good. Oh, what did I do? Oh, wait, hold up. Let me actually do better colors. That's the problem. Let's do pink and let's do green. And I will not forget that hashtag this time. Now refresh, and top one is pink, bottom one is green. If we change it over, let's say green, and let's say pink. Save, refresh, they switch colors. So that's it for that one. Okay, so the last one is properties. And let me uncomment this. And what properties does is it lets us further enforce that dry principle, that dry technique. Why is this red? I'll get into that later. But so what properties does is it lets us take CSS properties. So let me go over to the CSS reference right here. You know, properties like background attachment, background blend mode, background color, things that have more than one option to it. You know how like you would say nav and color, you would just have that one color element. But if you would do background, you would have background color, background position, background repeat, or same thing with margin, margin left, margin right, margin top, margin bottom. What else is there? There's border, border top, border radius, border bottom, border left. Things like that. You can basically, so let's say a border left, for example. This would be considered the parent's property, and this would be considered the child property. Like anything with this dash on it. So border right width, border style, border top. So in this case right here, I have border, which is the parent property, and then the child property color, which is pink. And if I were to take this whole thing right here and compile it to CSS myself, it would look like this. Border color, pink, border, width, 20 pixels, and then border style, dashed. So if I were to save that and comment this out and refresh, oh wait, hold up. Let me go back here and comment out that stuff and then uncomment all of this. And then save and then refresh. Then you notice that's pink dashed border. Now, if I were to comment this out and then uncomment this, it would work exactly the same. So if I refresh, it would be exactly the same. I don't know why this thing's red. It's probably my my theme, but you know, it's whatever. So we go over to the style.css, and then this is what it compiles to: border color, border width, border style. Let's try something else. Let's do let's go back to the CSS reference right here. Let's do background. Parent property of background. Parent property background. And we're gonna keep color. We're gonna make the color red. And then so I have background color red and then position left. Let's see if that actually does anything. No, it doesn't. Position doesn't do anything. That was a bad example, but you get the whole idea. Background color red, and you see the background of this element is red. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next.